everyone. Welcome back to JB's Budget Collecting in another episode of our D&D show. We are still playing Ghosts of Saltmarsh. Crew is with me as always. We got Old Wolf playing Goldie tonight. We got Big Will playing Ordo. We got Daymare's playing Woody. Alec, White Will Comics playing Gargle, and Felicia down the corner. So,
I like how you intentionally avoided saying my full name.
yes, I did.
That.
I did indeed. Tonight we're going to start off with a little bit of downtime, but a little recap of where they are at and what happened last week. So previous to last week, they had ventured out to meet with the lizard folk and find out what was going on. They had discovered the lizard folk were not preparing for battle against Saltmarsh, but against the Sahagin. And so the queen needed a demonstration that Saltmarsh could actually be useful in such a fight. So they went and fought the Thousand Tooth. And then on their way back to the lizard folk camp, they were jumped by a band of bullywogs in the swamp that wanted to steal all of their stuff. Most of them fought the bullywogs off and found the bullywogs' treasure. And then Gargle came because of a thunderstorm for some reason, got separated and came wandering back with this cool flower that he found in the jungle. And was like, who goes? What happened? And then from there, you guys went back to the lizard folk. You kind of finalized the deal with the queen. She sent 2 representatives back with you to Saltmarsh. One to kind of represent Saltmarsh and one to go on with Oceanus to meet with his people. To see if the Sea Elves would also join in the group to take on the Sahagin. The council agreed. They gave you guys payment for both defeating old Salty Maud from several weeks ago, because you had not been back to town, as well as brokering the deal with the lizard folk. You sold a couple of items, and now we are basically ready for a little bit of downtime in town before we get on to some other stuff. You guys gave me a list of the kinds of things you wanted to do, but before we get specifically into the downtime activities of the week, was there anything else that you would want to accomplish before we just go into the week now that you're back in town?
See if my cloak and spear were in.
Okay, so you were going to go visit Captain Zendros at the the quartermasters of, was it Izu, and see if she's got your magic items. Does anyone want to go with Woody for that little expedition?
I'm busy riding giants.
I'll go.
Felicia's going to go. Anyone else?
So this is just is this an armorer? Is that technically what we would call this person?
Technically, she's a quartermaster, which she can get you stuff, but mostly she trends in like magical items and that kind of stuff. That's what she's doing.
I'll definitely cruise through.
Okay.
I'll go. If Felicia's going, I'll go.
Okay. So you 3 are going to the magic shop. So when you enter, Captain Zendros is there, and she immediately recognizes Woody because he has ordered 2 items for her to hunt down for him. So, hello, Woody. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Hello.
I see you returned, and I have excellent news for you, sir. Not just is your cloak of the Manta Ray in as expected, but my workers were able to find your spear, a spear that meets your specifications sooner than expected.
Awesome.
So let me see. Yes, your cloak of the Manta Ray. I believe you owe 300 gold pieces for this.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have this fine, where's it at? Bones. This fine spear made of bone. And it is a +1. No other things other than it's just made out of bone. So they say it was made from the bones of a Paleosaurus. So quite the interesting item. And that will be another 300 gold pieces.
Sounds excellent to me.
So you're forking over 600 gold. So you are not quite as rich as you once were.
Nope.
I see you brought your friends with you. Are you interested in any other items today? Let's see.
I mean, I would definitely be in. Here's the problem I'm going to have, JP. I have no idea what I'm looking for.
Well, okay. Obviously, Woody
Things
has
that
had
would benefit
items that
my-
he's been
sorry,
specifically interested in. So
Yeah,
she can't
I mean, I
track
guess she
down
could-
items like that. But
Yeah.
she also has a stock, and I can give you the list of things that are currently in stock because I did remember to roll this week.
Lovely. Okay, let's hear it.
So, because it is basically on a random. Right now we have a bag of tricks of the rust variety. So I can tell you about that in a second. The reason Woody got his weapon so early is because I rolled a +1 weapon. So that was why it was in there.
There you go.
We have a 8th level spell scroll, very rare. I doubt you have the money for that because very rare items are.
Or the ability to even use it.
Yeah. There is a potion of cloud giant strength, also very rare that you guys don't have the money for. But then she rolled a spell scroll of a 5th level. That's 2,500 gold because it's
But I
a
don't think
rare
I can.
spell.
That's not how my spell abilities work.
Okay.
I'm not like a wizard.
Yeah.
So.
Well, no, a spell scroll is an item that
You can
the
just
spell
use
is the
the
scroll,
token.
like itself.
Is it a one-use kind of
It's
thing?
a
You just
one-off.
okay.
Yeah.
What's
that you
the
can
spell?
use one time. She's got a Kyoton's ointment in a glass jar, which is basically an uncommon item. So it's only 300 gold pieces. We'll roll for how many doses are in it, but it can be swallowed or put on the skin. Each dose does 2d8 healing +2. It can end poisoning effects and can cure any disease that you might happen upon. So,
I think that's something Goldie could use.
No
and
kidding.
then, and then the last thing she does is just a regular potion of healing that is common, 75 gold pieces, and that's 2d4 +2. So those are her current stock of items.
Okay.
Um,
What's the
So
spell?
the things that you guys can
fifth-level
realistically
spell?
afford is the bag of tricks, Kyoton's ointment, and the potion of healing. The bag of tricks, if you'd like to know what it does, let me pull
Mhm.
it back
And I
Bag
would
of
be just
tricks
curious.
is in
Sorry.
this ordinary looking bag made from gray rust or tan cloth, in this case rust cloth. Appears empty, but reaching inside the bag, however, reveals the presence of a small fuzzy object. You can use an action to pull the fuzzy object from the bag and throw it up to 20 feet. When the object lands, it transforms into a creature you determine by rolling a d8 and consulting the table that corresponds to the bag's color. And then basically that creature summons and is friendly to you and your companions, acts on your turn, and basically stays for a day until it goes to 0 hit points. You can use a bonus command to command the creature, a bonus action to command the creature to move, and what action to take on its turn, or give it general orders such as attack your enemies. The absence of such orders, the creature acts in a fashion appropriate to its nature. It can be used 3 times a day, and then not until the next dawn. Basically, it vanishes at the next dawn. Sorry, and then it reduces to 0 hit point, or reduces 0 hit point. The bag of rust, the 8 potential creatures are a rat, an owl, a mastiff, a goat, a giant boar, a lion, or a brown bear.
Yikes.
And you will not know what you are going to summon until you throw the object. So,
And it's a one-time use type thing.
no. It does not require attunement, but basically you can use it 3 times a day. And once 3 fuzzy objects are pulled from the bag can't be used again until the next dawn.
Do we
Oh.
get those fuzzy characters back?
So it goes back. Basically, they reappear the next
You
day in the
reset.
bag. The creatures themselves disappear. They appear. The little fuzzy objects appear back in the bag the next dawn, and you can throw it again, and it'll be completely random the next day as well.
How much is it?
That is
300.
300 gold pieces.
What is the 5th level spell you said?
That is Hold Monster.
I'm good.
And it's how much?
That one is 2,500 gold. Because it's
Definitely not interested.
It's a rare
in that.
item.
And out of curiosity, how much is the 8th level scroll?
25,000 gold because it's very rare.
There you go, Alicia. You can go after that one.
Yeah. I mean, I would be definitely interested in something that would assist in protecting me, and if that's something that you need a special order,
Okay. Like
perhaps a simple cloak, but maybe something a little
there's-
stronger.
Yeah. Let me see. Well, obviously you can't.
Yes,
You're not really
lightweight.
allowed to
Yes,
wear.
not.
Are you allowed to wear armor as a sorcerer?
No,
I
not
forget.
that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
I'll double check. But, armor, none. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to say because I don't have the full list of magic items that perhaps we'll do I'll search for some potential options.
That's exactly what I
wanted.
wanted. Yeah, that's exactly.
If you want to come
what I
back in a week or so, it's,
Ring of
anything you can
protection is nice.
yeah,
You know,
we can discuss between.
Sorry,
sessions here.
Woody said something.
Oh, go
so
ahead,
the
Woody.
ring of protection is nice. You know, just
There is a
off
ring of
the
protection.
record.
That is true.
What is that?
It is +1 AC and gain a +1 to AC and saving throws.
Let me look that
How
up.
much is that one?
I don't
It
know that he's
is
got
rare.
it. He would have to have it. He doesn't have
That
it.
would be something. It would be like what you had to do before.
Exactly.
As a rare item, it's going to be 2,500 gold pieces plus her $50 50 gold piece search fee, and then we would roll on how long it would take her to find it.
That's the ring.
That would be a ring. Yes.
And the cloak could be in the same boat, basically.
Cloak of protection to I forget if it's where it
Bracers of. I don't think I can wear bracers, can I, Zach? Is that a sorceress?
No.
But I do like the other two. Those were definitely items I was thinking about. Yes.
Well, you can let's see. Obviously, you can try to engage her services, or you can potentially think about what you want and come back. So,
Can I
the
pick
ring
up
of
that
protection
onion?
is rare.
So it's the
Cloak
same
of
as the.
protection.
Sorry. I figure they're both going to be in that same boat.
Cloak may be uncommon. I can't remember.
We're all in the same boat. That's our.
Cloak of
Beautiful.
protection is uncommon.
Okay.
So that would put it in the 300 gold piece range. And what was the other? The bracers of what?
I don't think I can wear those, so those are not really useful for me,
Okay.
at least.
I keep getting my ass kicked, so I just need protection.
There's also
So basically, what Cloak of what both of those do, I think, is just a +1 to your AC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, both of those are a +1.
which is nice when you have low AC because
Yeah, I mean,
I forgot there's a formula to it, but you know, like for every extra AC you gain, it's equivalent to I forgot how many health points because you
They
just
can't
don't
hit you.
Yeah, because you don't get hit that time. So
right, but
Well, I
does
will
she-
definitely ask her to look for the cloak for me. So if I need to pay for anything in advance for that one, I
well,
will
that
do that.
is a $50 search fee or a 50 gold piece search fee. Sorry, and
Paid.
obviously it would be the cloak is uncommon, so it'd be 300 gold pieces upon delivery, and that is going to take approximately 3 weeks for it to come in.
Okay, so I will pay the 50 now. Is that how that works?
Yes, you would have to pay
Perfect.
the 50 now to engage her service.
Can I wear bracers?
I think technically anybody can wear bracers.
I think
Well,
I think technically you can.
I think they're
Bracers
an
of-
accessory, not armor.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. I think what Zach was trying to mention was bracers of defense. It's a rare, wondrous item.
Oh yeah, that's rare. So those are those are gonna be
Those are the
Yeah.
her
you
price
can-
range is that makes it 2,500.
Yeah,
For
you
the
can wear
bracer?
the bracers if you were wearing no armor and using no shield.
And how much are those platinums that we got worth?
They're 10
10
gold.
gold apiece.
That's what I thought. Okay.
There's also the Pearl of Power,
Where are you guys getting this from? Am I supposed to be looking
It's
at
in the
something?
book.
which you can use the Pearl to regain one expended spell slot up to level 3,
Which book?
and it is uncommon.
sorry. He's asking which book you're finding the items in. I think they're looking online.
Oh,
I'm looking online,
okay.
but like the Pearl
Yeah.
of Powers in the DM
I was
guide.
gonna say, most of
Yeah,
ours
most of
just
these are in the DM's guide. So
Yeah.
Okay. I don't get that. Oh,
That's why we got all these people to help us.
Yeah, I know. Thank you.
Yeah,
Zach
we
is
should probably just
definitely going to help.
stick with what JP has in the module, though.
Yeah.
For
No,
choices.
so she'll look for the cloak, and if I can't afford the ring right
All
now
right,
anyway.
so you're engaging. Let me make sure I make a note of that
Yep.
for next time.
Congratulations.
So go on and put that in my notes.
Never thought the day would.
Alicia is requested.
Cloak of protection.
Captain Zendros. Search for a cloak of protection.
And does the captain have those? Can I?
The bracers are going to be a wondrous rare item that costs $2,500.
Oh, screw that noise.
2,500 gold. Sorry.
And those are the ones I can't wear armor and.
Yeah, you can't wear. So basically, it's not. It's going to if you're a character that can't wear armor, they're helpful but if you can wear armor, they're not gaining it really anymore.
Okay,
because they're only a +2.
Can I get the ointment then for $300?
With 300 gold, you can indeed get the ointment. Ointment. All right.
An ointment appointment.
So let me roll here. So it's going to have 4 doses in it. And basically each dose does 2d8 plus 2 healing. So if you got 4 chances to use it. Each time you'll do 2d8 plus 2. And then it will, if you get poisoned along the way, it would end the poisoning. And it also will cure any disease, according to this. So,
So I can go to the hula houses then.
Well, I guess you would be using up your Killingtons, but yes.
All right, so that's $300. I'll take it off my 300 gold pieces.
Yeah. 300 gold pieces. All right, Goldie purchase this, and is that all you guys want to do?
That's all I can afford to do currently.
It's a pleasure doing business with you. Come back anytime, and we will try to get that cloak for you as soon as we can. All right. With that, I think we are. Anything else you guys want to do before we officially go kind of into the downtime and talk about each of your weeks?
I'm good.
Okay. So we're going to start with Mr. Ordo. He plans to spend his week raising funds for his Tycon fund, walking around town, engaging the townsfolk. Now, how much did you donate yourself of your earnings to the fund?
Are you keeping up with it?
No, but I want you to say it so that we can go back and do some checking. So,
well, I am going to donate 400 gold.
Okay. All right. I need you. You already previously convinced the Welgar, the town priest, to let you do this. So it is definitely up and going. You haven't had much success yet. So I need you to give me a religion and or charisma check to see how well you are at selling this to folks.
I will do a religion check.
And I'm going to let you do a series of those. So.
Okay, first one is 11.
All right, so the first day, you have, first day of the week, you have a little bit of success. You get some interest, and you are able to gather 25 gold pieces from people in the town. So you do pretty well on that first day.
25, you said?
Mm-hmm.
I'm keeping up with this, just so you know.
Okay. All right. Give me another check.
10.
Yeah, you don't do so well the second day. You only come up with, you're only able to scrounge 5 gold pieces on the second day.
Okay.
All right, give me another one.
Natural 20 plus 2 for my religion.
Oh, all right. I want you to now give me a D10. Roll a D10.
A D10. 1.
Oh, well, then you come up with, on third day, you come up with 60 gold pieces. You have definitely some success, but not, you had pretty good success that day. 60.
60? Okay.
60.
All right.
Like 400, yeah, he put a lot of money in it himself. You guys are rolling in dough. All right, what do you got next? One more. Actually, we'll do
Okay.
2 more, and then we'll call it.
All right. 3.
Okay, yeah, you don't have any luck that day. You got
Okay.
3. You got 5 copper pieces. Is all you got donated.
But I'm not even writing that down. Okay, last one. 9.
A 9. You do a little better than the 3 day, but again, you only come up with 5 gold pieces that day.
Okay.
All right. All right. So that is how Ordo spent his week. Engaging folks overall, he ended up with about just under what you got 89, 85, 9, just under 100 gold pieces from donations as well as his own contribution. So, Gargle. So you're hunting giants. I assume that meant you were surfing this week.
I am learning to ride giants.
Ride giants. Excuse me. Ride giants.
Yes, it's slang for surfing big waves.
So he's spends his week surfing big waves, and so I need you to give me
Athletics.
Athletics first. Let's do an athletics check first.
All right. 14.
All right. So with a 14, you do pretty well as you're going through starting your week surfing, and you manage to impress some of the locals, and like
Are they babes?
well, some of the other surfers. How about that? So
Surfers can be babes.
they can be. Now I want you to give me a performance check on.
Oh, not my strong suit.
Like how you do kind of showing off for the locals.
That's a 7.
Okay, but you don't necessarily like completely convince them that you know what you're doing. But they're, for a rookie, you've impressed them enough that they kind of let you hang around with them a little bit and surf, and they show you a few of the good surfing spots.
Nice.
And you meet a few of the surfers. Yo, man, I'm Kronk. There was some pretty good work out there, but you need to work on your finishes as you're coming through like the pipe. You got to get a little flourish going, man. You wrote it, but you got to get some flourish in there.
I mean, I'm sure you didn't mean this, but finishes, is that because I'm a fins?
What? No, dude, you gotta style it out as you're coming off the wave and out of the pipe, man. You gotta get some style in there.
Oh yeah, all right, yeah. You mean like some righteous moves?
Yeah, definitely righteous, my friend. You gotta ride them waves, but not just ride them. You gotta show them who's boss. You gotta work on your performance in there, because that's how you get the babes, my friend. That is how.
JP, I think you should have watched Finding Nemo or something, because Witches!
I say, well, my guy, like I definitely appreciate the tips and tricks because this is like my first day surfing. Really, like I know I seem like a totally rad beach bum, but I've just been like a sailor most of my life with my dad. I don't know if
Dude,
you've heard of him. His name's Dragon D's Nuts.
no, man, can't say I've ever heard of him, but this was your first day. That was some gnarly action, my friend. We're going to work on you this week. We're going to get you up to snuff. Come on, man.
All right, all right.
So, give me another athletics check. Let's see how you do on a couple days. After a couple days of working with Kronk.
Do I get like advantage for working with Kronk?
Sure, we'll give you advantage.
Oh, good, because that was a 9. And that's a 6.
All right, well, a little bit of a
60.
step back today, my friend, but that's okay. That's okay.
No, do less. Do less.
Maybe not quite so many, don't go for quite such spectacular moves. Just still focus on riding the waves a little bit more, okay?
Glad somebody got that joke. John.
All right, let's finish the week out. We'll do one more round of athletics check and see how you do here. Still with advantage because Kronk's still helping you.
A 10 and a 7.
All right, well, he's like, my friend, not too bad, but here, but at the end of the week, like, he's kind of taking you under wing. He's definitely, like, befriending you, and he introduces you to some of his other surfer buddies. Crush, who is, like, Kronk is a human. Crush is a half-elf, also surfer. And then Waverly, who is a female human. And then Koa, a female dwarf. They're all kind of part of the surfing community. So you got some surfer buddies to, like,
Nice.
hang out with.
Wait. You have a female dwarf as a surfer girl?
Yes.
Hey, man.
Okay.
Anyone can surf.
Okay, so the
I can
giant
dig it.
priest.
Dude, you don't think I can surf? I will solely show you how to surf, my friend. I can ride those waves.
Low center of gravity.
That's right. I got that low center of gravity, man. You can't get me off this board.
Yeah, rip
All
it
right,
up,
all
Koa.
day.
Rip it up.
That's right. We're going to rip some waves. All right. So, so Gargle has a fairly successful first week of surfing. Could have been better, but he got introduced to some of the surfing community.
Gotta get my sea legs.
Yeah, getting the sea legs under him. Next up, we're going to go to Woody. So you had 2 things that you talked about you were wanting to do.
Yes.
First, you were going to work, potentially go spend your days kind of working at the leather work to earn a little extra cash, but you also wanted to start brewing. So
Yes.
The limits on brewing is you can make up to 50 gold pieces worth of whatever you decide to brew a week. But that requires you to spend 25 gold pieces in materials. So it doesn't take a lot of time because most of it is fermentation. So it's basically a little bit of setup like the first day and then letting it set. The question is, what do you want to
practice
make?
it of a night.
What?
So that's why I said I was going to sort of do it of an evening.
Yeah. So what what is it you're going to try to make? Are you going after ale? Are you going after wine? What are we making? Is there
Just
something
like
else?
ale.
You're going to just make
something
regular
pretty simple.
ale?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can make up to 3 barrels of ale in a week if you want to do the full amount.
Judging by the smiles, I say I probably need to.
No,
All right.
our smiles. John and I were having a private texting conversation about my joke.
I know Goldie's going to want me to,
I'm here. So you're making ale?
He's going to make some ale. So, okay. So you
He was asking if I should make all of the ale I can.
Yes, you should, actually.
Okay. So what I'm going to need you to do is obviously you're going to have to spend 25 gold pieces to do that.
You want? I'll pay you the 25.
And then I need a, let's see. I debated on this, what I was going to have you roll to see how well your ale tastes at the end of the week. Is your making it, but I think I'm going to go with performance. But because you are proficient, you can also use your proficiency bonus with that if you are not proficient in performance.
Okay. I subtracted the coinage. All right. You said performance?
Yep.
Oh,
Well, let's see. Performance. I went back and forth on performance or sleight of hand because you're making it. Let's go. We'll go with sleight. We'll go with sleight of hand because you're making it. You're actually like making it. So we're gonna go with sleight of hand instead.
First roll was a 13. Second roll was a 21.
Okay.
If you said I had advantage.
No, I was saying you could use your proficiency bonus.
Oh, gotcha.
Those are called performance enhancers.
Yes. So 13 was my first.
Yeah, mine's monthly. Oh, I'm sorry.
Was that with your proficiency?
Is it set discreetly?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
okay,
no,
so
that didn't include my. Yeah, so it would be 15. Sorry,
15. Okay, so your ale turns out to be quite excellent at a 15, so of a quality that you could actually, if you wanted to, you could probably sell at a 15, or you can just and try to get your money back, or you could just sell it to Woody or to Goldie.
I'll probably just leave it on the ship.
Leave it on the ship. All right. So
Yeah, for
you guys have
everybody to use as needed.
3 barrels of ale, which accounts to 120 gallons of ale that you can be drinking.
Wow. Don't go through this in a week, Goldie.
What's the what is it like? Is it a lager? Is it actually ale?
Yeah, what's the alcohol per volume?
Yeah, you didn't specify.
Is it stout?
Yeah.
Ooh, stout, nice
I guess it'd be
clean
stout, probably, is what I'm.
Woody made okay. You got 3 barrels of stout. That would take some drinking because that's the equivalent of about
It's hard to drink.
1,200 pints of beer.
It makes sense because Woody's you typically make you stout.
Yeah. So Woody's Pale Ale. There you go. It could be suggesting Woody's Pale Ale. All right. And then your other activity you were going to do is you were going to do some work at the leather works, try to earn a little bit of side cash. Probably would potentially more than pay for your ale work. So I need you to roll a D10 and then a D4.
D10 was a 10, and D4 is a 1.
Is a 1. All right. So you took on, while you were there, you took on 10 like smaller projects, like boot repairs, that kind of stuff, while you were working with Kiorna, and then one bigger project. You did 1 set of studded leather armor. So I'm going to have you roll now for the quality of your work. So give me, we're not going to have you roll 10 times for the small stuff. Let's do just 1 roll for that, 1 sleight of hand roll for your smaller projects that you did.
Okay. That would be 22.
Oh, you
24,
did.
I guess, if I add in my proficiency.
Okay. You did excellent on that. And then give me a roll for your bigger project.
Okay. That'd be a 13.
You still did good work on that. So overall, you basically earned, because you did excellent work, she gave you 5, because smaller projects are like small repairs and stuff. You earned on average 5 silver pieces per smaller project. So you got basically 5 gold pieces for those 10. The bigger project, you earned 10 gold pieces for plus she threw in a little bit of bonus just because you got so many stuff done of an extra couple of gold pieces. So
okay.
All right. So that was your week. All right. So now we're ready for Felicia and Goldie, who are going to be a little more involved here just for a minute. Question for Felicia before we get into this. Have you told anyone other than Goldie in the crew about your meetings with the Lady Blackwood?
Nope.
And what you were doing?
No.
All right. So for the next few minutes, I'm going to ask the rest of you to mute the stream so you do not know what is happening, what they're up to.
We'll give a thumbs up when we're done.
Yeah. So
Not
obviously
yourself,
on the honor
though. You don't
system,
have
and
to
it's
mute
not a
yourself.
big deal. It just, yeah. Your characters will not know what is going on. So early in the week, the Lady Blackwood sends a messenger for you to come meet her and ask you to bring Goldie with you this time. So the two of you do. And basically, while they're there, she lets you know that she has found the man that the name you got, Ned Shakeshaft, and he is in town. So she engages Goldie for 250 gold pieces to spend the week trailing him and see if he can find out who he's meeting with and maybe help her identify other members of the Scarlet Brotherhood. So that we talked about. And then she asked Felicia to spend some time seeing if she can dig and what she can find out about this person and who he hangs out with just around town and some of the dives and that kind of stuff. So,
can I like put a spin on it for you?
Sure.
To like get to know people, so my performance talent, remember, is I juggle knives. Like I'm a knife juggler. Like I can, so I want to practice and street perform or perform. Just get people like to know me as like this other performer, a street performer.
Okay.
So I want to work on that skill. So see if I can up my skill in that because I'm not proficient.
So you're also
in it.
Spend...
It's just it's my one performance skill.
So so let's see.
It's a good icebreaker. I can throw them. I can juggle them.
Were you already proficient in that skill?
No, I'm not. I'm not proficient in performance.
You're proficient in performance, and this is what you want to work on. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not proficient in performance, but I would like to become that. It would just take a lot of time.
Okay, so you're going to spend your days working on that this week. So give me a performance roll.
Okay. That's going to be 14.
Okay, so after this week of working on your knife juggling, you are not completely proficient yet, but you have made significant progress, and probably another week of similar effort, you will have some proficiency in your knife juggling.
Nice.
So the rest of the time, in the evenings, you are going to be, spending your time between the Empty Net. I forgot the name of the other bar real quick. The bar where the guards are. And we talked about this, that not just are you going to look for information on Ned, but you are also looking for information on the Lady Blackwood herself.
Ooh.
To see really what her game is. So I need you to roll. What's the other place? So you spend your time basically between the Empty Net, the Wicker Goat, which is where the guards hang out, and the Snapping Line, which are kind of the three bars in town.
Right.
Give me a persuasion check.
That's me?
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll get to Goldie in a second.
Okay. 18.
Okay. So you hanging out with some guys at the Empty Net are able to persuade them to give you some information. You were gambling with them, rolling dice, and they tell you about a mobile gambling game that goes on in town that moves around town, that you can that has a little higher stakes than what you see in the bars and that kind of stuff. So you were able to persuade your way into that game.
Okay.
So while you're there, you spend an evening there kind of trying to get some information. And while you're there, you run into and recognize, because she gave you the description, you realize that Ned was one of the guys that you guys had gambled with previously.
Okay.
That was the guy that tried to like cheat you, but then you cheated him. But you
So
recognize
is Goldie there following him then?
So not yet. Ned's
Okay.
not there.
Okay.
You run into a couple of the guys that he was with that night.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And strike up a conversation with them. So I want a deception check.
Me. Okay. Here we go. Okay. 15.
Okay. You're able to kind of convince them that, you're just part of the group having a good time. You're able to get them to do quite a bit of drinking. Start, able to ask a few questions. And you learn that despite the fact that, as you ask about them, like who they work with and that kind of stuff, you get some information that most of these guys have been working with some smuggling crews in the area, not necessarily like pirates or that kind of stuff. But you kind of get, you find out that that Ned's been a part of that, but that Ned also has some other gig that they don't know about.
They know that he's making money some other way.
They know that he's doing some other things and making some money and doing that they're not part of, but they're not sure exactly what he does. But that he's definitely got more than just doing shadier things and that they don't know about.
Okay.
All right. Give me one more persuasion check.
Okay. Crystal blue persuade. Ooh, that's gonna be 22.
Nice.
Oh, so you get the half orc that's among them, Jonathan, off to the side. And you get Jonathan really drunk. And he's like, yeah, I know Aunt Ned. Ned's got some boss and he won't ever let us meet that he meets with all the time. But I think that's where he gets all his money, the guy that's paying the big money. One of these days, I'm going to get in with him. And, then I'm going to be in the big money. I'm going to be, a made man kind of thing. Yeah. So you get, he's telling you more than he probably should. So,
okay.
So that is what you're able to get out kind of in your search for the week for Ned. Let's do a little bit of, you do a little asking around about the Lady Blackwood with a different crowd. So let's do one more persuasion check.
That's going to be 14.
Okay. With 14, you run into a couple of the guards that you know via Sabine. You run into Larry and Mo, the two guys that you basically like bribed one night at the Wicker Goat, and you kind of start just probing them for like things about the council and that kind of stuff. And give me a deception check with them.
Deception. Okay. And that's an 11.
Okay, so
12.
you're
Sorry,
able
12,
to kind of
12.
like.
I mean, it's 12.
They're not super like on the ball, so you're able to like get them to think that your questioning is mostly harmless, but they don't really know a ton or don't seem to. But basically, they kind of give you the Lady Blackwood story that that nobody really knows exactly where she came from. Her husband was a major trader, had a major trading company in the area that mostly operated out of Seaton before he passed away. He was attacked. Supposedly, his ship that he was on was attacked supposedly by the Sea Princes, and he was killed. But somehow she was much younger than him and his second wife. And somehow he left it all to her. And his adult children were not very happy about that. So there's some confusion about what, how that went down. And, there's, of course, rumors and that kind of stuff about her being, not necessarily on the up and up.
Okay.
And with that, I think we're going to move on to Goldie so we don't go too long.
Sure.
Was there any other line in questioning that you wanted to get into that week?
No, that was plenty. That was definitely a
Okay.
lot.
All right. So Ned, or back to Goldie, who's following Ned. All right, Goldie, I need some stealth. I need a stealth check.
Oh, okay. Okay, I got a 16 plus. I got a +8. So
Okay, so yeah, you were super stealthy. So you were able to follow him most of the week without being caught. But nothing really happens. Like you see him going around town, going into some bars and that kind of stuff, meeting with some shady people. He doesn't really seem to be nobody that you see as being like, the kinds of guys you see him meet with those guys that Felicia talked to the one night at the bar when he wasn't there. That kind of stuff, but nobody that's really of influence or necessarily you think is necessarily notable, although you're kind of keeping track. But you follow him for most of the week without any trouble. Finally, on the night that Felicia, like toward the end of the week, that Felicia met with his crew when he was off by himself, you follow him kind of to the edge of town. Give me another stealth check.
again, 16 plus 8.
All right. So you follow him, despite not being in a ton of cover, out to the edge of town, through the gates, and out into the woods just outside of town. And you realize that there's some people gathered there and around. So you kind of try to eavesdrop, and you see him meeting with a taller man who is wearing a hood, like a hooded cloak, and a mask. So what do you want to do at that point? Do you want to try to get closer where you can eavesdrop, or do you just try to observe from a distance?
I want to get closer so I can eavesdrop.
All right, give me one more stealth roll.
13 plus 8.
All right, so you're able to kind of get, despite the fact that there's a few people kind of other people lingering around, you're able to get close enough, and you hear kind of portions of the conversation. You hear the man, or Ned tell the man, I was able to convince him to follow the plan. I don't think he suspects anything. And you hear him, you hear the hooded man speaking kind of a sort of almost sounding sort of aristocratic kind of voice, very like sort of pompous, that kind of thing. Don't forget to wait until the proper time to carry out your portion after they're there. And then finally, you kind of like, as you're hearing, and they're kind of going back and forth, and you're just catching snippets of the conversation. Now go meet with the others, as you hear the hooded man tell him. And you see Ned start to go drift off to go with some of the other people, and you realize they have like a enclosed cart that appears to have like bars and stuff on it, but you can't really tell. But as you're standing there, I want you to give me kind of hiding in the shadows. I want you to give me one more stealth roll.
4 plus 8, so that's like what? 12.
Okay, so as you kind of go to withdraw a little bit from this, you don't really notice yourself make a noise, but the man and the hooded man quickly turns and stares right at where you're standing in the shadows. And you hear him bark out to the others, "There's someone there. Get them." And at this point, you start to retreat. And as you retreat into the shadows, someone touches you on the shoulder, pulls you further into the shadows, and then you get kind of a disjointed feeling in your stomach as you are teleported back to the city gate. And the person standing there's a person standing with you. What do you want to do?
Well, I got to see who this person is, right? I mean,
Right. So when you turn, you kind of wheel around after you realize that you've been transported, and there appears to be a hooded woman wearing a mask over her nose and lower part of her face. standing there, and she quickly, "You fool! You almost gave away the game. They know they're being followed."
Hey, what are you gonna do?
"Be more careful, idiot. You're lucky to be alive. If I hadn't been there, you would be dead now."
Well, hey, thank you very much. I'm assuming if she knows, can I make a roll to find out who she is? Because it sounds to me like
You can try to make a, I guess, an insight check to see if you know who this person is.
Insight's -1. I'm afraid. 3.
Yeah, you have no clue who this person is.
So I say thank you very much for for teleporting me. What were you doing there?
The Lady Blackwood is not the only people that are hunting the Scarlet Brotherhood.
Oh,
You would be wise not to trust her.
not to trust Lady Blackwood?
That's what she tells you.
Okay.
And do you have anything else you're going to ask her?
So she wants to go get a drink.
Yeah, when you ask her that, she's like, "Always the jokester," and then she teleports away.
Okay.
So, all right. The rest of you guys can come back now if you're still not listening. So, Ordo, Gargle, you guys are good?
Great. It was getting weird in the conversation. Don't go and look. You'll be disturbed.
Oh, I'm looking.
It's a lot to read.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
it's not worth it.
We turned left. So far, we turned right.
all right. Well, hopefully that wasn't too long. So,
That's what she said.
all right. So at the end of your week of downtime, as you guys are kind of going about your separate activities, you were each visited during the course of the day by a creature that you've all met before. Well, I think you all went. At least a couple of you went. I forget did everyone go to Keladek's Tower? I forget. Or was that just Gargle and Ordo?
Is that the animal handler person?
The imp that answered the door. This guy. Let's
I think it sounds familiar, but I don't remember if I went along.
this guy. So the when you went to try to see if the town wizard would be interested in
Oh, okay.
books you'd found.
I went along for that, yeah.
Yeah. The door was answered by an imp, which I just showed you a picture of, and he basically said that he wasn't home, and he could come back later. You guys had not come back later, but so he appears and hands each of you a note in turn, and then vanishes. So the note, all of you, the note says the same thing to all of you, which is, "Keladek the Unspoken would like to meet with you tonight at the Empty Net. He has a potential business proposition for you." And gives a time of 7:00, and that is the end of it. So the question is, do you guys decide to meet with Keladek the Unspoken?
I'm not even going to question it. Heck
We're all separate, so
So
I'm
you can
I'm
gather
heading
up
with
or
you.
whatever, but yeah.
Well, I think like if we went before, we probably would want to follow up with that.
Okay.
I mean, those of us who went.
I think you all were there at that, but I can't
Yeah.
remember for sure.
I'm going.
I mean, I think it goes without saying.
What? Would say, Woody, I'm sorry.
I said I think we would go. I think that goes without saying.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right.
The unspoken. Never mind.
All right. So
Fish laughed.
So when you all arrive at the Empty Net, which did I have a map for the Empty Net? I forget. Did I ever make a map? Oh yeah, I did. That was my handmade one. I never made a better one. So yeah,
I think that's a point for us.
I never went and found a map for the Empty Net. So that table's really big. I think at some point I must have messed with that. That must have got messed up at some point. But so when you guys enter, does each of you come in turn, or did you guys meet and come in together? I guess that is the question.
I mean, does the message imply that all of us are invited?
It's just directed to each of you.
If it says be there at 7 and we all happen to get there at 7, then we're all going in together, whether we mean to or not.
I mean, I probably would have mentioned it to Goldie, which he would have mentioned that he had one, which would then probably lead me to think everybody got one. So I probably would have just brought it up at some point.
Okay. So I'm just going to say you all arrive together, and actually this being a bigger table is perfect. As you come in, none of you have actually seen Keledek before, but you all know him via reputation just of living around town, and because he is quite sort of unique. He is 7 foot tall and has a tendency to wear a giant like red turban on the top of his head. So
he stands
you
out.
See him already at the back table as soon as you walk in, and he motions to you to join him.
Definitely going right over.
Yeah, I quickly guidance Felicia just in case.
Guidance.
Okay.
What is that? I can't remember what that does.
Plus D4 to ability checks.
Okay.
1.
All right. So I'm going to get rid of the map here because you guys go to the back table. And as you approach the table, Keledek, friends, please have a seat. Have a seat. I'm so glad you chose to join me this evening.
How you doing?
It's a
Well,
pleasure
so
to
am I,
actually.
Quite fine, Goldie. How are you?
I'll let you know after I have a drink or two.
Yes. Barmaid, drinks for my friends here.
I'm underage.
Whatever you would like, sir. It doesn't
Milky.
have to be. It can be whatever you like.
Saw that coming.
Did you say Milky?
Yeah, Milky, please. Oh, Milky.
You're an odd one, aren't you, young Gargle? Interesting. So yes,
I'm
milk
just
for our
living my
young friend
truth,
Gargle.
man.
I assume the rest of you want ale.
Yes, whatever is fine. It is a pleasure to finally meet you in person.
Yes, no, the pleasure is all mine. Your reputations for what you've been doing for the town lately precede you all. So with that, after a moment or two, Allie, the barmaid that you guys have gotten to know earlier, brings you all drinks, kind of gives you a head nod of hello, and then returns to the bar.
Thanks, Mommy.
Yes, you are quite strange,
Sorry.
boy. Now, anyway.
Sorry, Mommy.
For
Sorry.
business, I hope you don't mind. I'm going to cast a small spell so we're not overheard. I would prefer to keep this between us.
Well, will it be oversmelled?
Smelled? What? What are you talking about, Gargle?
Hey,
Just nod and say yeah.
Are you named after your mother? Because I've heard she knew how to kill a dick.
Yes, you are quite. Anyway, would you like to hear this proposition of a task I have that you could perhaps help me with, or would you just like to make jokes with young Gargle? Yeah.
We don't listen to him much. But what did you have to say?
Can I do both?
Well, I guess you can, but that makes me less inclined to seek your services.
Hey, as long as you're buying, I'm listening.
All right. Well, what do you know of the history of this town, or more specifically, the mage who used to be here, the mage called Xenopus?
Not much.
What do we know?
I don't know. You guys want to roll a history check to see if any of you guys know?
I got a 17.
Actually, I'll guidance Felicia for that.
Well, yes.
24.
18.
Okay, so
6.
all of you that rolled, what'd you roll, Woody?
6.
What'd you roll, Ordo?
I didn't. I just did guidance.
Okay, so Ordo and Woody don't know anything. The other three have heard the name of Xenopus. He was a famous mage from quite some time ago. But Felicia with the 24 know that he was once considered one of the most powerful mages in the region, but that supposedly had went crazy later in life. Well, the great mage Xenopus became famous around 100 years ago in this country, and retired around that time to the town of Saltmarsh. And in doing a major favor for the town, he saved it from quite the catastrophe. They granted him land across the river, where he built his tower, known as the Tower of Xenopus. And he would come to town for many years after that and help out the town from time to time. But over the years, he became more of a hermit, appearing less often, and started acting oddly with odd behavior, and people began to worry about him. Well, late in life, he all but disappeared completely. People knowing he was into the experiments, odd experiments, and strange magics were going on at the tower. There would be odd lights coming from it at all times of night and day, green glowing lights. And then one day, there was an explosion at part of the tower. The roof blew off and green flames rose up out of the tower. And the townsfolk say they saw demons and monsters dancing on the roof. No one knows for sure exactly what happened. In response, the town sent several ships, and they bombarded and razed the tower down to the ground, and Xenopus himself was never heard from again. Well, when I came to town, I investigated the site because they said, horrible creatures and everything else were there, and that he had supposedly delved underground below the towers. Well, I found that there was indeed an entrance to the catacombs, as they say, underneath the tower. But it was blocked to me. It appears he's warded it from any wizard entering the tower, any wizard of renown entering the tower. Now, seeing that it was blocked to someone like me and other wizards, I thought that was probably best. I put my own wards on the entrance to try to keep others out, and I've left it unexplored for years, believing that secrets that were there were best left hidden under the ground and not exposed. Unfortunately, in the last week or so, someone has broken my wards and has entered the catacombs. I myself cannot enter and see what is going on and what these people are up to. But you can. And I would like you to go in and see if you can remove the ward that blocks me from entering, discover who is down there, and return. And I can help you finish clearing out the dungeon if needed, or the catacombs if needed. But basically, find out who has broken this ward and see if you can, because it's time I dealt with this once and for all and sealed the tower for good.
Just a wild guess here. Do you think the Joker maybe broke the ward? Because I heard he did that once with a crowbar.
I have no idea what you're talking about, son.
Actually,
What
I
kind
think
of
the
compensation?
ward's a little hard on the beaver.
You are quite the strange group.
Oh, that was a stretch.
But we're highly effective.
What kind
This
of
is true. Your
compensation
reputation
for
does
this
seem
job?
to be, you have seemed to have accomplished things. Although listening to you now, I wonder how that is, perhaps. So, of course, compensation you asked about. I'm prepared to offer you 1,000 gold pieces to enter and find out.
Not necessary.
Don't listen to him. He is an oddball.
A
Sorry, I'm
thousand?
drunk. I'm drunk on Milky.
1,000 or 1,000 each?
1,000 gold pieces total, plus 2 free entries into my service, as you would say, as I offer for a fee, I offer magical services to the townsfolk. You would get 2 of those, 2 opportunities to use my abilities to assist you in the future going forward.
Again, 2 total or each?
Total, my friend.
Not necessary.
What
And
kind of
then-
services do you offer?
Well, I'm a wizard. Obviously, I can help you with identifying magical objects, or perhaps you need a spell or some sort of assistance with a problem going forward. It varies what people search and ask me for.
Goggle, he can probably help you get more milky.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah, babe.
Finally, as long as I believe Xenopos's inner sanctum is somewhere in the catacombs, as long as you leave that, other than removing the ward and leave it untouched, anything else you find in the catacombs, in terms of treasure, is yours to have.
So don't
I
enter
think-
his
No, I believe you'll have to enter his inner sanctum to remove the ward so I can enter the catacombs.
I don't
But-
know if I feel comfortable entering someone else's inner sanctum.
Well, the man is, I believe, is long gone,
I
obviously.
didn't say
Well,
rectum.
even worse.
And then,
I think I can speak for all of us when I say I think we would rather have 2,000 gold to enter or the 1,000 gold and 4 opportunities.
well, perhaps unfortunately, I cannot offer you more gold at the moment. 4 opportunities seems like quite a bunch for this particular service. Perhaps 3 spells, 3 chances to use my services.
They can be used for anything. No take-backsies.
Within reason. Obviously, there's some things even I can't do, and there's some
We
things
wish
that I
for more
won't.
wishes.
What did you say?
Can we wish for more wishes?
I'm afraid not.
Can we wish for more genies?
Have you ever met a genie boy? I don't think you want to meet one.
I dream
They're
of it.
not kind creatures you hear in the stories.
Oh, so this isn't like a magic lamp situation.
No, it is not.
I think I just realized why I'm like so milky drunk. I'm not used to this like land milk. I usually drink fish milk.
You are truly strange. So, do we have a deal?
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm game.
It's up to you guys. You guys can totally like blow him off if you want.
So we get $1,000 total and 3 free wishes.
You get 3 requests of a wizard. That doesn't mean it's not a do anything. He can't do anything. He can do certain things. So
Does he have to wish spell?
I promise. I'll tell you what. We accept, and just as a good faith, on our 3rd wish, we'll wish for your freedom.
Come on, Al.
We
for the
accept.
record, gentlemen, I would try to perhaps next time we'll meet without the young one.
Yes, we accept 1,003 asks.
And he will not do the wish spell for anyone.
Okay, we accept.
All right.
So where are we going?
So, well then, tomorrow I suggest we meet at the edge of town, and I will take you to the entrance to the catacombs, remove what remains of my ward so you can enter, and wish you good luck.
Very well.
Okay. So you guys want to return to the ship before you and for the evening, or do you want to do anything else? With that, he gets up and takes his leave.
Well, unless one of you guys wants to do something, I say fast forward to the morning.
Hey, Killadick, you forgot your leave. You better take it with you.
I said he took his leave. He took it.
He said
He said leaf.
I know what he said. All right. Well, so are we fast forwarding to the next day?
Yeah, I guess. Do I get to taste the new brew that's on the ship?
I
Sure.
assume you've been drinking it the whole time.
Yeah, baby.
Well, no, it just got done, so it would have been just finished. It takes a week to ferment and everything else, so it just. So yeah, you guys can go back and celebrate by your new job by drinking some of Woody's ale if you'd like.
There you go.
How many pints of Woody's ale did you drink there, Goldie?
Oh, at least 4.
Only, and you had how many at the bar?
Whatever he bought. How many did he buy?
Probably a couple.
All right, so I bought a couple. So I had a couple of free ones there, and some on the ship. So it's at what, 6?
Oh, well, that's pretty light. Okay. I won't roll you for your level of hangover then if you only have 6. So,
no disadvantage.
yeah, you were going to have disadvantage on certain checks, yes, depending on your hangover level. So, but you're not hungover. So, the next day, so you guys can see here the Tower of Xenopus across the river from Saltmarsh. So the next day, he basically joins you at the dock. You guys sail the ship up the main river here just a little ways, and then disembark and climb the cliffs up to where the Tower of Xenopus is. You come upon basically a large circular ruin, mostly just crumbled wall, lots of stone. I have the description. Is there a description here of the tower? What's left of it? I'm trying to remember. Let me see if I can find it. I don't think there was actually a description of the rest of the tower. Tower ruins. Okay. Low hills. No. So the entrance to the tower appears to be like there was a couple of old wooden doors over basically like the entrance to a cellar. You open those up and there's just a set of stone steps. You see Kelladek cast a spell of like glowing green light. You see something dissipate, and with that he said he wishes you good luck. So what do you guys want to do? Do you want to proceed down the steps into what appears to be like some sort of cellar? There's a wooden door at the bottom of the steps.
Are the steps lit?
No.
Who doesn't have dark vision?
Light.
I've got dark vision. Is there
I mean, they're lit in the fact that it's daytime, so there's sunlight obviously going down the steps, so you guys can see to the bottom of the steps.
Oh, so we're good to go. Open the door
until you get to at least till you get to the bottom of the steps. Yes.
Okay. Well, I got the light. I can take care of that. No problem.
Okay. So you guys proceed down the steps, and you open the door at the bottom of the steps, and let me get on here. There we go. So you come down the steps. The light, there's no light, it appears, in the corridor, but the light from just the sunlight from outside, you can see that there's a. What does everybody have for vision? Remind me.
I got 60 foot.
My light cantrip.
One at a time, please. Goldie, what do you have?
60-foot dark vision.
Goldie has 60 feet of dark vision. 60 dark. Ordo.
I'll have to cast my light cantrip. I don't have dark vision.
Okay, Ordo does not have. And what does the light cantrip do?
I put it on anything, which will be the top of my head, and it gives light for sheds bright light, 20-foot radius, and dim light for another 20 feet. So basically, I got 40 feet of vision.
40 feet. Okay. 20 bright.
And it says it can be colored like I like. I would like it to be red.
20 dim. Okay. What is Felicia? What do you have?
120 feet.
Felicia's got 120 feet of dark vision. Okay. And Gargle.
60.
Gargle is 60. And Woody, what do you got?
60.
60. So everyone has 60. Felicia's got super dark vision, and Ordo just has a little light over his head. Which probably sort of messes with some of your dark vision because that's what happens when you have a light source. So I'm going to say you guys can't.
Everybody should have the 40 feet I have then at least.
Well, everybody has the 40 feet, and I'm going to say it does sort of like make their further vision a little bit less effective just because there's a bright light on your head. I'm not going to say they can't see their distance, but it does make it.
So before
they can't really make out objects very well at the full distance.
Before we
So as you guys get to the bottom of the steps, you can see that there is a crossroads, and since Felicia for sure has 120, you can see that there's an intersection. Now each of these, I know most of our maps have been 5-foot squares. These are 10-foot squares in this particular map. And 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 120. So Felicia can barely make out that there's a set of wooden doors at the end of the far end of this corridor. The rest of you guys can't see that, and there is an intersection. What would you guys like to do?
How are we walking here?
You tell me. What's your order here?
Well, we got 20 feet, so 4 of us could stand side by side and fill the hallway if we wanted to. So
yeah, these are 10-foot squares, so you got quite a bit of room.
yeah, I'm in the middle because of my poor vision.
I'll be up front.
I'll be
So Gargle's a little bit in front.
I guess I'll have to be on the front too, I guess.
Yeah. Well, before we go any
Gargle
further,
and so we got
I'd
Gargle, we got Goldie, we got Ordo slightly behind him, maybe Felicia and Woody. Where are you at?
Up towards the front.
Okay, so the
That's
three
it.
of you across the front with Ordo and Felicia slightly behind. Is that
yeah,
how we're doing?
that'll work. Before we go any further, though, I'm going to put my hand on Goldie and cast Warding Bond.
Okay, what does that do?
While the target, that's you, Goldie, while you're within 60 feet of me, you get a +1 to your AC and your saving throws, and you have resistance to all damage. And each time you take damage, I take the same amount of damage. It lasts an hour.
Okay.
But I have to be next to you.
Within 60 feet, so that's plenty of room.
Okay. Anything else before you guys proceed further? All right, so you guys walk up to the little intersection here and see what you can see, or do you just stand here?
I'm on my way in. Like,
Yeah.
All right, so when you get to the intersection,
I think I've said this before, but Gargle like doesn't understand maliciousness yet. So if he's told like, "Hey, go check out this place," like he wouldn't expect there to be traps or anything waiting for him. So he's just like, "Oh, we're supposed to go say hi to this guy and figure out what's going on. Let's go walk through this place."
Okay.
So unless someone is holding me back, I'm just gonna keep going.
So when you get to the intersection, oh, actually, I don't want to do that.
When we get to the intersection, Felicia and I hold Gargle.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So, well, technically, Felicia can see the whole hallway. So I'm going to say, so Felicia can see the whole hallway. She can see that there's some doors down here. And then this one.
And obviously, I'm
You can
not
see that
keeping
there's
that
a door here also. So these are all like, all the doors, unless I say otherwise, are like wooden.
And I would share that information with everybody.
Wooden doors.
Yeah,
So there is.
We're just going to go with the
here,
assumption.
Doors here, a door, and way at the end, she can't tell if there's a door here or not, just because it's so far. It's at the kind of the end of her vision. So you guys are right here as a group.
Sweet. Yeah, JP, just for while we're in here, just assume that unless Felicia specifically says she doesn't tell us, she's telling us what she sees. So you can just worry about her dark vision.
Okay.
All right. So you guys want to go left or right?
So what do you guys want to do? You guys go straight, left, right? What would you like to do?
Again, if no one else is stopping me, I'm continue to walk forward, like just straight down the hall.
I would say no. We got to check out some of these side.
I stop him.
Yeah.
Goggle, Felicia has better vision than you or I. Let's see where she wants to go because she can see.
It's important not to leave our selves exposed front and back. That sounds really wrong. I'm trying to think of a better way to say it. It's not good to have people sneaking up behind us.
I think what you mean is like you don't want to get pounded from both ends.
Which is, yes, this is factual. So better to clear these areas before going forward and have something sneak up on us.
So left or right?
How far do I see to the left? Is it just right to those doors?
There's
right
two.
there, huh?
There's two doors here, so you can't see beyond the doors.
I would say let's go to the left. It's shorter hallway.
Okay, left we
So
go.
you're going this way?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Well, but what's behind the doors? Should we see? Is there any doors in the other hallway, or is it just a hallway?
I mentioned that there was one set of doors and two shorter hallways. It looks like.
Well,
that
in
what those
that
are?
case, left it is.
Can I check if it's trapped? If there's a
You want to give me a? Are you going to do an investigation check?
Sure.
So you're going to investigate the hallway for booby traps.
1.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, no.
I
yeah,
got
you-
her.
As you go to like kind of
To a full-
investigate
to a
around the
5.
floor and stuff, you slip and fall on your face.
Oh, sweet.
And the door bursts open, and 100 goblins come pouring out.
A one is always a critical failure, by the way.
Well, may I perceive if there's a lock on the door?
Well, have you guys got all the way to the door? He was checking the hallway or were you checking the hallway or the door for?
Door.
Oh, okay. So sorry, I thought he was checking the hallway for traps.
I thought we were at the door.
Okay, so no, so you slip and fall into the door and sort of bang against it. But nothing really happens. When you check, Ordo, you wanted to check. What did you want to check?
I want to see from that hit, is the door locked?
It is not, but it appears to be like stuck.
Stuck.
Like you're like gonna have to force it open.
All right.
Okay.
Can I do a strength check?
Mm-hmm.
Athletics, I guess, or just a pure strength.
You can do athletics. It's fine.
Oh, I probably didn't need it. 23.
Oh yeah, you shove on it and you're able to shove the doors open. And what you guys see is, let me put the description of this room. That is roughly square room with wall. So hang on. So you guys are going off this map. So I need this map. So when you open it, open those doors. This is what you see. A roughly square room with doors. So the door you came in, and then another door. So we're just gonna assume like top of the map is north. So north is behind you. Another door on the south wall. The south door is open. So this door is open going out of the room. There are 4 alcoves in the room that are covered on 2 on each wall, east and west. The openings are covered with cobwebs and dust, so you can't really see into them. There are 4 pillars in the. Wait, are those pillars? Let me say right there. Let me see. 4 deep niches in the walls can be from short north doorway. They're covered in cobwebs. Room is totally dark. So other than the light being given off by Ordo's little light spell, there's no light in the room. The floor is covered with an inch of undisturbed dust. So what do you guys want to do?
Felicia, can you see down that open door you mentioned? What do you see?
So let's see. So you guys are here. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Now this hallway is narrower, so you can see it kind of goes into another room.
I would like, if possible, I would like to walk along the edge to what I'm looking at is right, and go to the first little cobweb area, and I want to look into it.
So you're gonna stay like hug the wall here.
Yep. And go to that first one.
And okay.
I wanna
So it's what
Sorry.
somebody else gonna say
I
something?
was just going to say that one of the things was coming here is to see, that who had changed it. I mean, who had been coming in, correct?
Mhm.
Yeah, somebody had broken his ward and entered the catacombs.
Correct. There was, you said, an inch of dust here.
So yeah, there's like clearly like cobwebs on the walls and dust on the floor that does not appear to have been disturbed.
So they didn't come this way.
Well,
It's a fair point.
yes, as far as you can tell, no one has been in this room.
Unless
Is
they had
Woody
some-
suggesting to go back the other way?
I'm just saying.
They could have had some sort of.
They could have had flying. They could have
Yeah.
covered up their tracks behind them, but
Then, since you have the best vision, Felicia, why don't you go towards the open door enough to see what that floor looks like? Is it also covered with thick dust?
So, did you guys stop Goldie from going in, or did he go in? Is I guess my question here.
I guess Goldie went in.
Yes.
All right, so the
'cause they
rest
said
of you
that
are
before I tried to
discussing
stop
what
him.
to do, and so Goldie is edging along this wall. When he steps here to look in the alcove,
Mm-hmm.
I need you all to roll initiative.
Yes.
12.
When I rolled
19.
high on the
Hang on.
initiative.
All right, or Goldie.
12.
Porto,
19.
Felicia,
22.
Sure.
Felicia was a 22. Gargle,
15.
and Woody.
24.
Wow.
Oh, good grief, 24.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's a good thing you got all that movement to.
And, all right. So, what happens when Goldie moves basically 10 feet into the room here as he's moving across here? This one, the one he was headed toward, and this one over here, out from the cobwebs, step 2 skeletal minotaurs come out of these things and come alive by you entering the room. And so you guys can all see them. One is standing here. I'm going to say, it says we get 10 feet into the room, Goldie. So I'm going to say you're still not quite to the alcove. So it's not right on top of you. But you guys see one here and here. They've both stepped into these two spaces.
I assume I only see the one close to the door.
Yes. Everyone else, though, can actually, how far is it? 10?
Yeah, it's the whole room
30,
60
40,
across.
50. Yeah, everybody else can see all the way across the room. So, yeah.
Okay, so I just see the one.
You see the one that's right here. And this is 20 feet opening here at the doorway. So you all can be standing right here. All 4 of you.
Okay.
Woody, you are up first.
I guess I will go to the closest one.
Okay.
And I will attack first with my spear and then with a punch.
All right.
First attack is a 24.
Oh, that definitely hits.
And that is 10 damage.
Okay.
And then the punch is a dirty 20.
That definitely hits.
And 5 damage.
All right.
And that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. So, all right. Felicia, it is your turn.
I'm gonna I'm gonna throw a firebolt just to get warmed up, I guess here. I don't want to use all my spell slots. What?
Firebolt warmed up.
Hey. So I'll throw it at the one. Can I mean, how's my line of sight with now with
So
Woody
it does,
and one?
although it kind of shows them, it doesn't say anything about these being pillars or anything.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say, yeah, we're just gonna like they might be like really thin, but you can definitely see both of them. You have a line of sight to both of them.
Okay. 15 to hit.
15 hits. Which one did you attack?
The one that Woody was hitting.
Okay.
And that's going to be 6 points of damage.
All right. And is that your turn?
Can I hold my movement to the end? Does that work that way or no?
No.
No. You can hold everything, or you can, yeah.
Then I'll move a little closer to the first pillar on the left, I guess.
So this one.
Yeah.
So you're gonna move here, so you're straight in line with it, but near this pillar.
You got it.
Okay.
You got it.
So it's here. Woody's like right in front of it. Goldie's here. The other two are still at the door, and you are here. Okay. And let me get. Let's go back to our little dots thing that we did before. So bad guy 1, bad guy 2. Can we make a narrower one? All right, Goldie, Woody, Felicia, Ordo, Gargle. Okay. Ordo, it is your turn.
All right. I will toll the dead at the only one I can see. So that's a wisdom save for you.
Okay. Let me get to back to the Minotaur stats. Wisdom save. Ooh, he's not very wise. Ooh, that's a dirty one. Because he's got a negative wisdom, so
and he has already been attacked, so I get to break out a D12, and that will be 12 damage.
Okay.
And then I'd like to use all my movement to get up to him, and for bonus action, I'm going to do a bite attack.
All right, so you're going to move all the way, circle kind of around.
Yeah, I'm
Woody,
moving, yeah.
and because you got enough movement to get there, and you're going to try to bite him. Okay.
Yeah, and that'll be a 16 to hit.
That hits.
Finally. All right, so that is 6 damage. I rolled max. And this is my special attack, so I get an additional temporary hit points equal to my constitution, so that's +3 hit points temporary for me.
Okay.
And that ends my turn.
Okay. So Woody, I'm going to go back to you. Sorry, I missed something on these guys. When you attack with your fist, is that technically a bludgeoning attack?
That's an excellent question. The spear is magical now because it's a +1. That matters. I can't remember if it is technically.
These guys are vulnerable to bludgeoning, is why I'm asking.
Yeah, I can't remember. I don't think technically it is. Let me look.
I mean, you're punching it, so.
Yeah.
I can look real quick. Well, we'll look because there may be more. You may have done more damage, or we can do that going forward too if we need to. So
bludgeoning damage. It is bludgeoning.
Okay, so you did how much? You did 5 with your thing.
Yes.
With your punch, so it would have been 5 more, right? That's how vulnerable works.
I think so. I think it would double it.
Okay. So that particular skeleton is looking very, very rough, but it is not destroyed just yet, and it is Gargle's turn.
All right. So have all the hits been on the closer one again?
Everyone has attacked the closer one.
Okay, I'll run up and try to attack it with my trident.
Okay, and because these are 10-foot squares, I'm going to say you can get in here beside these guys at this point. So we're just going to put you in.
That's a 16 to hit.
16 hits.
4 damage.
4 damage. All right. 4.
Dang.
Okay, it is now that Minotaur's turn. You guys are all in front of him, but the one that just attacked him is Gargle. So he is going to swing his great axe at you and try to hit you. And that is a 15 to hit.
Does not hit.
So, yeah. So he swings and misses. And now it is the other the other Minotaur's turn. And it's got 60 feet. What is his movement?
I think I know what he's going to do.
Oh, speed is 40 feet. So he can go. So these are 10-foot circles. So it's like 10, 20, 30. So the only one he can really get to is Felicia. So he's going to charge at Felicia and try to gore you. Use its gore attack. So we're going to see if it hits.
What is a gore attack?
Well, basically, it lowers and tries to hit you with its horns. That is a 14 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, so he's going to do.
Ouchie.
And then, because he charged.
It's going to hurt.
And so that was. So that's going to do 15 damage.
Oof, that is a lot.
And you have to make a strength saving throw.
So just roll against my strength, which is not
Yep.
good. Okay. Bad. Alrighty. I think I'm going to be prone here in a second, gentlemen. Yeah, I got a 4.
Okay, so you are knocked back 10 feet.
Okay.
And you are knocked to the ground and are prone. So
There you go.
We're going to erase you.
I'm prone to failing those kind of rolls.
Boom, boom, boom.
So he charged at you like this. So he's now standing here. And Felicia is now on the ground right there. And we're going to erase this guy. And with that, it is Goldie's turn.
All right, so I'm next to that first one, right?
You're the first one that you guys have all been attacking.
So I'm going to go towards the second one.
You're not going to finish the first. Help finish the first one off. Okay, so you're going to move to the second one.
We got Felicia on the ground here.
Yeah. So you'll take an opportunity attack, I believe.
No, he was never. He has not engaged with this.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to say no. I had him there. It stepped out in front of him, but you guys all attacked it. So I'm going to say he's kind of behind you guys at this point.
So I'm going to go to the second.
So you have sneak attack against this one. You do not have sneak attack against this one because nobody's within 5 feet of it. Because he knocked Felicia 10 feet away from him.
Yeah. Flip.
Well, and I'm the last one, so everybody gets around anyway, so they can go to Felicia.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll sneak attack on the first one.
Okay.
12. Hold on. 12. 14.
14 hits.
Okay. What's my sneak attack? 4, 8, 12. I do 12.
All right, so you did 12 damage.
Yep.
So, okay. All right, so this skeleton is all but he's still together, but yeah, you guys have chopped a bunch of chunks off of it for sure. With that, it is the end of the round, so you guys have an opportunity to discuss for a minute if you'd like. or
Let's
or
kill
you
the
can
one
just
and the
start
other
going.
one.
I can take care of Felicia.
Felicia can take care of herself.
I was gonna say, Felicia don't need no man.
Well, I'm assuming she doesn't do it herself.
All right, so
Okay.
let's roll. Let's go.
All right, Woody, you're up.
All right, I'm going to try and stab it,
Okay,
and that will be a 23 to hit
that hits.
and a 10 damage.
All right, so you stab it with your new fancy bone spear into the bones, and the whole skeleton just like crumbles into individual bones, and all the bones fall apart onto the ground in front of you. And its great axe falls to the ground on the thing, and it is no more.
And I am going to then move to the other one
Okay.
and flurry of blows. So I punch it twice.
All right.
First one is a crit, 26 to hit.
Well, yeah, it definitely hits.
Didn't we establish they're immune to blood?
That would be 6 damage because I
And
rolled
yes,
one.
they
on
are
both
vulnerable to bludgeoning. So is that with the vulnerability? The 6?
No, that was just normal, so it'd be 12 with the vulnerability.
Okay.
Are they resistant or invulnerable?
It says damage vulnerabilities, bludgeoning,
The
damage
bludgeoning.
immunities,
Because they're
poison.
dead. I'm dead. And my second attack is another crit.
I thought that was your second attack.
No, that was flurry.
No,
of
he did
my
flurry of
second-
blows.
Oh, flurry of
Second
blows.
flurry of
gets
So
you.
technically it's third attack total, but
Yes.
it's second on
Yeah.
this.
And that one is 11 pre-doubled, so 22.
Let me make sure that I'm not doing that incorrectly.
I
But
looked it up.
did you look it up? So it's double.
Damage of that, yeah, if a creature or object has vulnerability to a damage type, the damage of that type is doubled against it.
Okay. So you did. So the first one was 12 and the second one was 22, right?
Correct.
All right.
And that is
Yeah,
the end of my turn.
that's put a whopping on this thing right off the bat. Felicia, it is your turn. You are prone.
It's still not done.
I mean, so I got to stand up, right? And that's my action, right?
Yeah, you can. No, that's your movement.
Half your movement.
Okay. And then is it? I'll just. It's this. There's only the one left, right?
There's one left.
Yeah.
All right. I'll do another firebolt.
All right.
And I rolled a 1.
Okay, so yeah, you're you're a little like a little confused
Clearly,
after
yeah.
like
We'll
getting
call it
knocked to the ground, and
Yeah,
you
we'll
go
call
to
it that.
shoot the firebolt, but you
And
shoot
then
it
you
like,
checked that your subscription came in.
but you actually shoot it like behind you and back up the hallway where you guys came from, and
All right.
everyone just kind of looks at you like, what?
No minotaurs were hurt in the making of this fight.
No. Ordo, it is your turn.
I move up by Felicia and toll the dead on the Minotaur. So wisdom save.
All right, so you're gonna move, but you're moving to Felicia.
Mhm.
You're moving over by Felicia.
Right,
You're now over here,
Bye, Felicia.
right.
and let's see here, like right here.
And
But you did toll of dead on it. Okay, so
Yeah.
what did you? That's a wisdom save.
yeah, roll a wisdom save.
Oh, that is the wrong dice. That's still not a save. I'm gonna assume because that's with the -1 a 6.
Yep. So I get to roll a d12 because it's been hit. So that is 6 points of. It's either necrotic or psychic damage.
Okay.
And with that, I'm going to hand Felicia my flask of superior healing and say good luck.
So you're gonna that's
I'm
a
just handing her
one-time
the
thing.
flask.
So you're gonna hand her that right off the bat.
Yeah, I'm just going to hand it to her. She can take it herself or not. Up to her.
How does it work again?
It's 8d4 plus 8. you drink
Jeez.
Yeah, so that's a lot unless you're right on the verge of death.
I'm not on the verge of death.
Well, now you have.
But you also have Goldie has. You guys didn't buy the regular potion of healing, but Goldie also has his little
I got my
his creams.
I'll
I mean,
do
I'm gonna put it in my pouch or whatever, but I'll take
Okay.
it.
Real question: is it not an action to trade items?
Oh.
It is.
I don't know if it is or not.
You're correct. It is. So you cast your spell and you're just standing next to her. So you did not get that.
Okay, well, I'll cast my spell and then smile at Felicia.
Okay. Gargle, it is your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna run over and try to trident this thing.
Haha.
I'm going to say you run around to the side and try to smack it, huh?
That's an 8.
And the trident would be piercing damage, right?
Correct, but
Oh, you rolled an 8. Yeah, that does not hit.
Okay.
It is now the Minotaur's turn, and the only person that hit it and hurt it really was Woody, who's standing right in front of it. So it's going to swing its great axe at you. And that is a 19 to hit.
That hits.
All right, and it does. Where's the dice I'm looking for? There it is. That does 11 slashing damage.
All right.
And it is Goldie's turn.
All right. So now I can move up to it, right? And
You're right here. So yeah, you can move to it.
Move up to it, and so I can do a sneak attack because I'm assuming there's people close enough for me to do it.
All right, so you're gonna move up. So you're here. We're gonna delete you from there. We're gonna go back, and so you're. I'm just gonna say you kind of surround it. Yes, the people are within 5 feet. You can do your sneak attack.
Okay, 17 and 2. That's a 19.
That hits.
Okay. Now sneak attack. 3, 10, 16.
And okay. So it is looking like it's about to crumble, but it is not crumbled just yet. And that is the end of the round. So you guys can talk for a second, or you can just have Woody go.
I'm
go?
pretty sure we're good with Woody because it's about dead.
Okay. I'm going to spirit. 24 to hit.
That hits.
And 6 damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to punch it. That'll be 18 to hit.
That hits.
And 7 damage.
Yeah, so when you punch it, you hit just the right spot, and once again, it just crumbles and falls apart, and all the bones just like scatter on the ground, and you guys are out of combat.
Awesome.
Shall we go to the right hall and backtrack, or
I still want to look at what's in the I still want to look what's in the cobwebs.
Really? Because there's 3 more corners if you're really thinking about it.
Well, this one had something in it, and this one had something in it you've already seen. So do you want to go look in the cobwebs?
Yeah.
Where are you going to go?
I'm gonna step a little bit closer to where we came in. I'm gonna casually walk.
I will
up.
casually walk by her.
The way we're looking at it, the upper left-hand one, since that's where I want to check that out. So I want to investigate
The one
that.
the Minotaur came out of.
Yes.
Yeah, there is nothing in there but where the Minotaur was standing.
Uneventful. Okay, let's go.
Is that the only one you're looking?
I'm going to look at the one where the other Minotaur came out of.
There's nothing there. Just a empty space now.
Then I'll look at the one all the way across the way on this.
This one?
Yeah. Yep.
That is just an empty space.
All right, so I'll look at the opposite one. There you go.
That is also just an empty space.
All right, there we go.
Okay.
right, so let's. So you guys gonna go back up?
Yes, let's go down the other hallway.
So you guys
Okay.
going to proceed or are you going back?
Back.
Back.
Really?
Going down the other hallway.
Where's your sense of adventure?
Hmm.
Well,
You're still exploring.
test driving. We're just exploring.
Okay, so you guys are going to go back to the other hallway.
Deep bones with-
Yeah.
So
and,
you guys go back. Where are you going to here? Let me.
well,
keep
when we
going
get
up.
to that thing on the right, what do we see when we get to it?
Hang on a second. I'm trying to
Coming
remember.
down the steps that we initially entered, turning on the right hallway, the thing on the right.
I'm going to get this draw turned
Then.
off. Sorry. Go
Hey,
away. Go away.
Gargle.
There we go.
Gargle.
Mm-hmm.
Wakey wakey. I know you like your trident, but I've got a longsword that you can have if you want it.
What's the damage on that?
1d8.
But it's one-handed?
It's versatile. It's if you use
Yeah.
it two-handed, it's 1d10.
Oh, well, that is better than mine. Mine's D6 or D8.
There you go.
Okie dokie.
Okay,
Right.
I'll take it on my inventory.
All right. So, sorry, I missed where you guys said you were going to go.
We go down the right hallway, and
So
the
you're
first
going
thing on the
You were
right.
here, you're coming out, you're going straight, or you're going this way?
Yes, straight coming out of that room we were just in. The first thing on the right, when we get to it, what is it?
I believe there's a door there. Let me double check. Let me zoom in a little bit. Yes, there's a window door there.
Is it locked?
No, it's like the other one that you came across. It's just kind of. Let me double check for that room.
Okay. Well, I would like to open the door and look inside, but I'm not stepping inside. I'm not crossing.
So when
the
you open
threshold.
this door, all you see is that there's another door, like a little 10-foot space, and then another door.
Okay. Well, is that door locked?
It is not.
I open it and see what I see.
Okay, let me get the description by this. Look at where you guys are at here. Get the description for this room. That is. Sorry. That's that one. Okay. You see a large rectangular room with doors on, obviously on this north. It's actually just this, so you can actually see. There's a door here. There's a door back here, but you see a crouched figure, and then 3 smashed coffins, and then these are columns in here. But you also see a crouched figure over on this wall near this coffin.
Who goes there?
Oh, Jesus.
Okay. When you do that, let's see.
As if they didn't see me with a light on my head.
I mean,
Roll initiative.
So
Yep,
the
my
creature
bad, lady.
stands and turns to you, and you realize it's a banshee.
Okay.
And you're gonna need to roll initiative.
Good.
That's bad.
16.
Hang on a second. So that is, let me get there.
8.
Hang on 1 second. All right, so we had a 16 from Goldie. We had an 8 from Ordo, but Goldie's still out in the hallway behind you.
Yeah, I assume Felicia's beside me because if she's not, I didn't see half of what you described.
Oh, that's true. So
I mean,
yeah,
I'm-
you didn't. I forgot.
I am
about
near
that.
the front guiding a little bit.
So yeah, this is a 10-foot space. So there could be like two of you standing here, but the rest of you couldn't really see the room. You could see this part. So, but the creature definitely saw you. So you, you're still rolling initiative, but yeah, you don't know what you've seen yet. So,
Well, I would imagine they beat an 8, the Banshee.
well, I haven't rolled them yet. So, Felicia,
I got a 12.
Gargle,
9.
and Woody.
So, I rolled max last time. 20 plus 5. This time I rolled a 1 plus 4. So I've got 5.
Woody, okay. And all right. And yeah, so who is where?
Well, you know where I am, and Felicia has to be in the area with me, so that's where we are.
Okay, so you and Felicia are here, and then everyone else is kind of behind you in the hallway. Is that what we're going with?
Sure.
All right. So I would say smaller. So much smaller.
So,
all right. So Ordo.
yeah, what do you guys think about letting him place everybody, and then we call it for next time? Because it's
Felicia.
150. It's almost time.
All right.
You guys want to call it right here?
Well, go ahead and let's figure out where everyone is, and then
All right. Woody.
I'm blue.
So I'm yellow. I guess Felicia's
No,
green,
technically, we're gonna change this. We're gonna make Goldie yellow.
and I'm green because I'm lizard.
You're a
folk.
lizard folk, so you're green. We're gonna make Felicia pink.
Oh.
Please.
Sexist.
That was so sexist. What color would you like to be, Felicia?
I'm fine. I can handle pink.
You can handle pink. All right. So Felicia's pink, and Gargle, or we're missing Gargle.
Well, I assumed Gargle was blue. He is a trident after all.
Oh yeah, Gargle's blue. Woody,
Brown.
you're a wood elf.
Yeah,
You're gonna be
brown.
orange though, Woody. So there you go.
Well, okay,
And
orange.
then the Banshee, because she's a Banshee, she's gonna be white. And with that, we're gonna start with here. When she stands up and sees the two of you in the doorway, she's gonna use horrifying visage. So the two of you in the doorway need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Can he see her though?
No,
Each non-dead creature within 60 feet of the Banshee that can see her. Okay, so she doesn't know that Ordo can't see her, but you can see her, so you have to make a wisdom saving throw.
That's what I figured. I'm here for you, Ordo.
Can I guidance her?
No,
You don't. I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't figure, but I had to try.
I got an 11,
you do not save, so you are frightened for 1 minute.
which means I have to move away from her
When it gets to
and-
your
You
turn.
can't move closer.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
you
have
can't move
disadvantage.
Or you can back up.
And if you try to attack her, you'll have disadvantage. So,
Okay.
and we will end right there. Well, so the Banshee has taken her turn, and Felicia is frightened.
And all Ordo knows is that there was this scream, and Felicia looks frightened of something.
Yes.
Well, I would have told you that it was a banshee when we looked in.
Yeah.
If I
Yeah,
knew
but
it.
I don't know what that looks like.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying that you might know what the creature is by word.
I'm not even 30 years old in the game, so probably not.
Oh, these pups, these young
All right.
pups.
So we're gonna leave it right there. So yeah, we're gonna stop our screen share. All right. So thanks everybody for hanging out with us tonight. Thanks always to Zach and for hanging out and giving us some information. Bugs was hanging out with us, excited about that gore attack. Simon R, what's going on? Thank you. And with that, we will be off next week. So Felicia gets to be frightened for 2 weeks because we're not going to do it on Memorial Day. Because I know Goldie has some stuff and I have some stuff. So we'll be back in a couple of weeks to see the rest of this dungeon and how they do. They have walked into two of the bigger monsters right off the bat. So, all right. Later,
You should have gone
everybody.
straight.
Yeah. Yep.
See.